Ghana ho komo ewiase afana nyina ho komo de brew se be ya wo so obehu ni a ekoso ewo ewiase afana nyina na ma woni ada ho ne titiri ene emre a yewo mu a eye politicians ni bi ama ya te ase se edu samre we a nokre ene entro ena omude efrafra ede ma ye enti se wo pese woni di eye show a eye nokre nkoa ne ye kan eye adwoda bia ne wukwada na wo de ofidie no ato aha na ya the amount senior etiesa ne say ya yebu papa se wo pe obre na odi dwumadi we achi endra eye menyonko brebo ayefreno Samuel Abam Monka na endra wa woda ma happy birthday Samuel akwa babiom e de ba dwumadi no so obetumi di wani e de akire ewo ye YouTube ene Facebook na also wo de comment ni wadwenkyere aba na afi so obi refia na wabɔ ne nka ye say the seat show no ye de agu akwanmu a ene sa eruti ebehye ne so ene na wotwe etwe esi mu de ensem no akese papa na ekamia ye say na wotwe mu ensem aba no dodo na efa eye Galamsey menye sure say obi o Ghana ha no mo Galamsey no na ni gye ho say ekoso even one more mutu Galamsey na omunya ehon faso no kra no megidi say enya ade a ye omanidie say ombeye bibisa na emom obi kan o say mensa be koma no enuti enkomodie na apie eye sa Galamsey nsem yi mu ewo oman Ghana ni titire ni be 3 months ni a ye kwa koto aba ena nipa dom ebisa say na se sa asem yi eye Professor Mills, the late Professor Mills nyame fa ne kra esie waka sa asem we say na breso no na ehu hia say wo mko Galamsey wo mu entumi anko eye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampeni abedi akiri a ono ose osan bedi wanim for the next 4 years ontumi embabim no ono so na breso ono kra de ne minister epija ne nsa say okono aye nyame ekon eye Alhaji Inusa Fuseni honorable no ye Minister for Lands and Natural Resources na ose Galamsey ekono ajinsem na sebe nimdia omo de be kon sa okono ebi ni hobium tina wato baha even the former president himself krano na I say ideas bia eni hobium nti na ekire wo say Galamsey issues no asemhia edema woman Ghana Emma His Excellency na nado danko akufo-addo so bae no ono kra de ode na mamu no eto line so say obeye bibia ne ese fata bia se obekun Galamsey ekon no dodo na ebisa se omampani hyase no wo kun na nkrofo ebo abaso no na NDC fo omo petuminti na omo won kra na se bebe etu Galamsey no na omo show omo kran se omo to aba ma John Dramani Mahama na omo de omo ba eyade a omo be ma omo akoso etu Galamsey no omo konkrase na sa na omo ka kire omo tu Galamsey no omo ba nkran a aban na wajai Galamsey ama Galamsey say yensuo na okọ ekrase na okoka kire krafo no ekrasefo no sa na se bebe etu gold ni se akufo-addo akra cars akese e dia sojafo ebegu omo so nti womo to aba entia aban we se be ya womo de omo ba omo be ma Galamsey fo no im se video no de ya bo I will not bother you with that video na sa video no se ya kwaku boahen eka ho asem no nkrofo criticize ya but kwaku boahen na asan aka se sa asem na meme ne eka se ni okogina ye Galamsey site encourage Galamsey yes ni say womu call the bluff of akufo-addo aban no omu toma NDC na NDC ba ombe mo maye no Ghana fo nyina kaseti ya no wasa kotena TV so asan si studio say sa asem no kan no obesan ko Galamsey site ho asan ko share nkrofo no nkran because abato embre ekwan ya obefa so a NDC benya vote no ma ba no obefa so nti obesan ko Galamsey site ho akokeka akire Galamsey yes ni say wo mu nkoso a na wo mu ntu na especially NDC ba mu a ye bisa say NDC mburu aban no wo mu beba na sa asemi a kwaku boan kan ya o promise the Galamsey yes ni say o mu nkoso na o mu ntu na John Mahama ba obehye mu kina kra no me pese ye kotie sa asem no na ye ba
ti say pa aban ni di gu na sama ko akokasa kire wo mama befia beto aba mining site Ghana ejina ewi ni 2020 na meeting sam ye okunu okote kokubo ha adwuma okoye no site mining site no enye adwuma keto ana no na ma omurutu ye e o mining site nya almost all the mining site nya omurutu e adwuma me koye ye basa ayo bi meko akaka kre bi me sa ko bi
ye be hia o ne ye be yire o
na wo be tu akoma
ye be hia o ba yire o be ba to ye be hia o ntia ne be yire
so because ye campaign para no to wuwura ti se pa ba ni di gu na sama ko akokasa kire wo mama befia beto aba mining site Ghana ejina ewi ni 2020 na meeting sam ye okunu okote kokubo ha adwuma okoye no site mining site no enye adwuma keto ana no na ma omurutu ye e o mining site nya almost all the mining site nya omurutu e adwuma me koye ye basa ayo bi meko akaka kre bi me sa ko bi
ye be hia o ne ye be yire o
na wo be tu akoma
ye be hia o ba yire o be ba to ye be hia o ntia ne ye be yire
so because ye campaign para no to wuwura
Adeshima kakubia agine kwaku enum eye kwaku boahin nyame ya adoma se NDC for ba ban mu a me ne o ka se be frɛ no honorable wa hwe obeye minister na se nyame ampatakra ne ekoye no minister for lands and natural resources dia na nchete oman no yewu a ne sa na mejidi se nhihye no Awurade ensem so no pese be mu sa ene obeye ba mejidi se adwen a Awurade adwen afa ye hono adwenpa nti oma no emba mu sa na kwaku boahin wanya ahoɔdene foforo renewed spirit ode se Ghana for bose obesan akɔ Galamsey site o akɔhye o munkran se John Mahama ba obeba mu atu Galamsey na saa sɛm a kwaku boahin kan yi wadwen bɛyɛ o se kasa kekew utie nsɛm a NDC mpanimfo aka afa Galamsey nsɛm no a utum se orchestrated plan ampa esa ne se records so kyerɛ se NDC fo bebre na Galamsey no enti so omunya tumi na enya ade a won be ban Galamsey no because won be hu se it will take a lot of NDC people out of business. Now John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, or the nsɛm bi to dwa efa asɛm a meken no o kyerɛ how na Ghana friends the gold output ni about 80 tons so say Galamsey na boa na manadru 100 and something tons o kyerɛkyerɛ mu say yen din hu say ye ka say ye twa Galamsey no mu a saa nyama wo nyina ade ebe ha oman na afi so adwumasɛm nipa ni adwuma Galamsey fo no say ye ka say ye stop Galamsey na ebema unemployment no so akosoro ye bisa say die na no okasa DNT ena no okasa or prepare wadwene say be ya say woto oba ma no na so wini a ne wo jai Galamsey ni saa waka kye odada odofo yentie nsɛm a John Dramani Mahama kan fa Galamsey nsɛm no
papa men dada mo and so ehia kokudro because one Senior Mekan gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of Galamsey Intina, we were 80 tons per year. I feel 135 tons. Additional, be brave free Galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against Galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebre, Galamsey. Into Ukutia Galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with Galamsey would also get unemployed. And those are two consequences I'm putting on the table before we start the fight. Papa. Men dadamo. And so ehia kokudro because one Senior Mekan gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of Galamsey Intina, we were 80 tons per year. I feel 135 tons. Additional, be brave free Galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against Galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebre, Galamsey. Into Ukutia Galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with Galamsey would also get unemployed. And those are two consequences I'm putting on the table before we start the fight.
Yo, Ghana Mampeni Dada John Mahama ena odin same way to drive for Galamsey. And so akabe 50 something days na yakoto abano. Ni ayenye beye ni se nukura ewomu no yebe eka ede akyerem. Na ya mamu pictures, videos to back what we are saying. Sene be ya won se de bia mekase ye mbetena no mo yesremu enkasem. Ana se sebe ye nkasa keke. Nsemu papa edi tu dwai. Fako adwundwin na wo behu ne a wo pa akere. Waka kire wo se these are the consequences before we even start. No wo kire wo se ye kase ye kun Galamsey kun na production ebe ko from ebema ebe reduce ye export. Esan se wa my figures ni say na ye export to 80 tons per year. Ena ag move ako 120 tons per year. Na dodo na no increase no dodo na true Galamsey. Inti siyesi ye be fight Galamsey a ese or catch Ghana for say ye hu se sa tonnage 120 tons per year no enya de a ye nsa beka. Eno ye number 1. Na fe so all boy ye kokose ye kase ye fight Galamsey na ye very interesting. Ye kase ye fight Galamsey na emebru no enya adwuma enye. Okay, so wakachre. Now, the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, me pese woti asese na make catch say a orchestrated plan. But esan say NDC for adwene ye say me ne wo nyina no ye yare refreti no. Wo mu execute plan no kakra. And I'll come back to a particular planner omo year no 2021. Eno enyama ekoso ene nyina no utumu say is part of the orchestrated plan. Now, sa plan we are making, omo Deputy General Secretary so, omo friend Mustafa Bandi. Ono so, in someone, waka o share mebru nun kran say, Galamsey ni de ye pa ya de beboa o man Ghana. Nti NDC de omo ba, enya de omo betwem. Ye go tie Mustafa Bandi, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC na yemra.
Na NDC December 7 Emma Omampeli John Ramani Mahama Ebe President Ejumano Uma Koswa na NDC December 7 Emma Omampeli John Ramani Mahama Ebe President Ejumano Uma Koswa
Osise nyameye adom se Mustafa Bandi Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Osise nyameye adom na woto abama John Dramani Mahama Galamsey no ade a ebekoso mabo John Mahama no ankasa de akyerew mabo nia Kwaku Boahen eka ede akyerew mabo omo Deputy General Secretary asema ono so eka fa Galamsey no ede akyerew last week me yi jenna na opoko agimande professor ede kyerew ene mpanimfo akuku damewo NDC nsem o maka fa Galamsey no esese kyerew say they have no plan to curb the menace. The parliamentary candidate for MPP, the Great Trouble Constituency, Madam Gloria Usu, or senior or born Nippon, or no nim a coin of bed, or Befaso or Bessanino. MPP has offered the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, or no actually a coin, or no be president, or Befaso. Na otumi ede akun Galamsey okono. And so Dr. Bawumia proposes holistic ways of fighting the Galamsey menace. Mepese ninsemo ode tu dwa no ye betie kakra na ye de atoto nia NDC mpanimfoɔ aka no yɛnkonko tiemra.
You see what I mean? We are trying to always chase people, but we are not trying to prevent it happening in the first place. So one needs to look at the whole regime of small-scale mining and sanitize that regime, regularize the regime, make sure that the Geological Survey, the authority of Ghana, number one, does the mapping for where all the gold reserves are. At the moment, people are just doing trial and error, destroying our environment. There is no data backing where they go. They just go and dig, they don't find, they go to the next place and start digging, they don't find, they go to the next place. But I want us to set up community mining schemes with certainty from Geological Survey Department that here you have gold. In that case, we can make sure that those who are mining there are regularized. We bring in these gold catcher machines that don't use mercury and make sure that they are not in water bodies. So we direct them and license them into areas so that they do responsible mining, environmentally sustainable mining. That is the way you stop this. But if you don't regulate them, then they will hide to do it at night. And when they feel people are not watching them, that's where they will go. They will get into the water bodies. But we need to regulate them, and we need to also enforce the laws that are already existent in doing it. But if we can bring them into the formal sector and direct them into particular areas and say, this area, stay here and mine, and we'll be able to monitor what you are doing. But if you don't provide that alternative, they are going to be always trying to play hide and seek with the law enforcement authorities. So I believe that, I always say prevention is better than cure. That should be our attitude. You see what I mean?
Yo, Frankatufo Edema, the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, and I also didn't know this etuja or che kwanya or no say or so Frankanum na obeye president. Kwanya obefaso or debe kun eye Galamsey ekono. O say ebe yusu eye Geological Survey Department. No matumi achre because one of the ways Emma almost say eye yusu no ene eye ye forest no and say omo ye try and error omo nimba bia gold no nti otutu ha kakra eni ha na waja no okọ no akọ kakra ti Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia say omo the system beba ebema small scale miners no womo be hu ba bia gold no wo ansa na oma ye den oma kọ ho and after so osan call on all of us say oba the very say small scale miners no they will be monitored. They will be monitored so that enkoye said they be no money police for hide and seek. This is what he is professing. As compared to 3 videos now mabo ediachiro kokubwahin or so obeko back to the Galamsey site to encourage them to do the Galamsey. John Dramani Mahama Frankatufo Edema NDC, His Excellency. Or no so akachire mabwache osisia or say yenkai hu se se yekase ye fight Galamsey na there are 2 things. Production ebeko from production ko forma export be reduce. Say a reduce saswa unemployment and ebe kosro. Enti or say let us set the parameters right. Or you su where the be say mekaya. Even before we start. Or see even before we start, no, let us let us know say these are the consequences. Exactly the consequences before pu say obekwa kwoto abamano. And after so Mustafa Bandi, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Also akachire emebru ni say John Mahama winia Galamsey ni de yentumi ntwamu na ntwamu kina. Me yi videos ni nyina de acho. Enye bosremuka. Enti yema eni enda ho na mabo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de akire. Ekwan ya ono fi say ofa so ode be fight Galamsey na ebeboa memene wo no. Ena wakan akire. So the decision is yours. The decision is yours. Na you better try say yen sabeka minus ni bi the association for no small scale miners association omumpenimfo ne ade behwe se yensa ebeka womwa na ye ne oma twetwe nkomo emribi womo de nsem bi tudwa na ye bebisa wom se san nsem na wom de tudwa no na eye nsem ben ena afi so eye nsem a piepie free emu no omo ete wom sen na omo hunu na ye ne oma twetwe nkomo sima na musomati nia ekoso na before say yensa beka small scale miners association members no ne nsem bebre na pie efa the intended strike action of the organized labor mintino ye be hye ne nso abrantie bakon ye pese ye ne no atwetwe nkomo ewo phone no so ye kusu pusu ahoma no ahwese yensa ebekana okay enti yanko yanim na mene eye abrantie bako studio ha ye ba betwetwe nkomo afa nsemu a medimu aka ho abrantie eye Bawa Philip anase Philip Bawa or your member edema the responsible miners responsible legal miners association of Ghana. Say Philip, what mean ka me ajo emu akwaba?
Ejimuso chemu akefo ane motifo nyina. Yo,
me pacho se twi no okay ma o me boa.
You bet me apota gumusa.
Kakra akefo so ebe very happy sir on better say okatwi. Now
Edi no ye Philip Bawa. President small scale responsible small scale miners association.
President responsible small
scale miners association.
Hey.
But some sendo
Yes. Responsible small scale miners association. Not just a Mudina de pa mumu de moye responsible small scale miners. Does it mean say there were others who are doing small scale miners irresponsibly?
Our name is Responsible Small Scale Miners Association. That is what we chose. We don't know what others have chosen for themselves.
Philip Bawa, me da se pa na say mo de nsem bi atudwa na ye pese ubo no to fama nsem be na mo de tudwa through your press release no.
Yo, actually na ye notice of demonstration.
Notice of demonstration.
Yes. Okay. So we serve notice to the Ghana Police Service in accordance with Public Order Act.
Okay.
So 5 days notice is needed before you can embark on a demonstration. So that was what we did.
Okay. Now
and that was intended to counter the strike action of labor, the organized labor, in view of their demand that government should ban legal small-scale miners.
Okay, so what is wrong? At the end, Bonise organized labor have called on government to ban small-scale mining. What is wrong with it?
Well, for us, they made other demands with respect of pollution of water bodies and a degradation of the environment, which we agree needed to be addressed. But the other demand that all forms of small-scale mining should be lumped together and banned is where our point of divergence came from.
Okay, so Bawa, we have had a lot of discussion on this illegal. Let me put it this way: on Galamsey. What will you say is the difference between Galamsey and your type of responsible mining?
Okay. As you see, Galamsey itself is not an illegality. Galamsey is not an illegality. It is a name coined by the locals.
Mm-hmm.
The illegality is whereby you mine without going through I'm granting an interview. See what one of the
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the illegality is what we are talking about. And the illegalities are those who are working on the river bodies, polluting our river bodies, and those who are mining without license. And we agree that the illegalities have to be dealt with so that we can have a clean environment and a clean water body. But they are demand that even though government is working assiduously to address their concerns, they insist on going on the strike. And we say that if their demand is to collapse our business, then we as citizens also deserve the right to speak out to protect our business, hence our notice of demonstration.
Okay, so are you surprised at the recent withdrawal from the organized labor's intended strike action by some unions and associations?
No. We are not surprised at all. In fact, we anticipated that they will withdraw because the major demands they made, the government has acceded to it and addressing it. So there was no reason for them to continue with the strike action.
Okay, others have argued that those unions that opted out of the strike have betrayed the organized labor. Do you agree with them?
Well, we agree with them, yes.
You agree with those who are saying that those who opted out, almost say organized labor strike, no, only betray the organized labor, only
there's some echo at the background. I can't really hear you properly.
Okay, but what me can say? Yeah, me say organized labor intended strike action. No, unions ne associations are almost say yom free mu because M1 and Crawford come once trouble almost say betray the organized labor. Woni omo kasa na ya adwen
me no omo nya adwen because ye nim omo kasa omo ntwinsan no omo mpese omo no ombeko sa jene no ya adwen se na ehu hia enti ye no omo kasa omo twom ho afremu no mom ya adwen. There's no betrayal here. When you are doing something, there's no sense in it. Somebody has to draw your attention. And if Udin have said that what we are asking us to do does not make sense, therefore we should not embark on it. It makes sense.
Okay, so Bawa, I'm say utie discussions are so over the past few weeks now. Crawford bebre so ekre I'm say ehuma bi kra nkrata bi ba abontin na ebi mo kire say hello production mo hwe technical mo hwe what me ga hello. Okay, unfortunately, I'm say yanko na I'm say yensa yahre eye Bawa ye president of the small responsible small scale miners association of Ghana and ene no atwetwe enkomo no ye beda na se bebre na omo atwere krata e de ba abontin se na nka omo pe ekwan afri apolisifoɔ akache na omo ye demonstration pa de achi e de tia organized labor na omo threaten say omo be strike no na megidi say atadwe omo te dende esane say wo so wate nsem bia ekoso ewo media platforms no so na yembra ye discussion no so eye ekuo bi a ye frɛ no West Africa and as a West African Elders Forum. Now, sa West African Elders Forum eye ekuo a members no and as a membership no is made up of former presidents, former heads of state, former mpanimfoɔ ekukudam a oma serving in various governmental positions in Africa. And panimu oda no eye His Excellency the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan. Ona oda womano. Na botaya esi omani so ne se omo pese omo fasa ekuo we na edema Ghana abato tumi ekoyie na basa yone ni mentemi ho ase ne ade no yetumi eyi free ho as much as possible enti weina good luck Jonathan ene niko ma no eba Ghana ha eye enere ya eye ebrada ena omo ne electoral commission for ebe si nkonwa na information ni say answer na omo ne electoral commission be si nkonwa no na omo ne ada interested and say yes interested groups no edi nkomo etie omo how the NDC and other institutions are no more say issues voters register near the identity. Omushia isi no, and omo de two isi and mum bisa sa questions in na according to a year good luck Jonathan, His Excellency good luck Jonathan, who is the leader of the West African Elders Forum no. Or the same year tuja na ochese Ghana ye isi system no aye kron. Bonibia enim esane ekwanya isi efa so edi chreche enyememu edi chre sampanimfo no omoso omako abato order so they understand say your system no senior John Mahama eka emri bi no we say Ghana system and as electoral system has inherent usu brofobi na che say system no senior tie na be din say obetumi di aye bibia eye kanana ye pese okotie eye and someone good luck Jonathan no editujwa after say on electoral commission ehia yenhwemra
Republic of Nigeria. He heads the Good Luck Jonathan Foundation, which hosts what the eminent statesmen. These are persons who have served as leaders of African countries and distinguished themselves in that role, and he heads that agency, and this afternoon they are here as part of their pre-election mission, to interact with the Electoral Commission to find out our preparedness and so on as we head towards the December election. So we've had a good meeting this afternoon with His Excellency and the delegation.
Excellency, throughout your visit, what has been your observation so far?
Thank you. Just like the chair has said, we are from the West African Elders Forum, a body made up of former heads of government, presidents. I'm here with Doku, former Prime Minister of Burkina Faso, former President of ECOWAS. So we're here for a pre-election assessment, and for elections to be successful, there are two institutions that are critical. The Electoral Management Body, which is ensuring the Electoral Commission of Ghana, then the security. Today we met with the Inspector General of Police and the team, and of course we've just finished the meeting. So we had a robust discussion with her, and we've seen the passion they have, the commitment they have for conducting successful elections, and what they have done so far, which is key. We had interactions with a number of people before coming here, and all the issues they raised, which we put across our, they explained perfectly. And we have no iota of doubt about the competence and the willingness for the Commission to do what is right come the December elections. And Ghana, we must also use this opportunity to congratulate all of you. In terms of democratic practice in Africa, Ghana is rated highly. Yes, there are issues, but Ghana is rated highly. And we believe that the next election will even push Ghana further on the rungs of the ladder, and you will not disappoint West Africa, and you will not disappoint Africa, especially young people like you.
Madam Commissioner, so very kind words that they have no doubts the competence of the Commission. It solidifies what you've been saying throughout the period that you're very prepared for the elections.
Very much so.
What kind of assurance should this give to Ghanaians coming from a reputable organization like this?
Well, I think it should assure us, and I believe that we over the last few months, our processes, we've demonstrated to the public that we are poised and ready to undertake credible, transparent, and peaceful and fair elections, and come December 2020 and of 24, and our processes have shown that. So we are ready.
Mame Jean Adukwe Mensa of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, and then His Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan. And yate dinkano utie ni Goodluck is no say omone Ghana police no so ahia amome hu the preparedness to ensure safety of the people. Nti mobehye ne so yempese obi bia ebekriti false impression say bibi ekoso nti mpanimfo number emoma be clear bibia na this particular government Dr. Baumiaso sese yebema na toaso insakraye bebre na aban ediegu akwanmu efa ekwan a omanfo no ene aban asoeye edi insawoso se ebia wokwakoye wo passport enkane no na ube free baby ton wa be sunlight anopa be 4 am enumpo no se ye be serve no a different matter. Now aban di nyema gu akwemu ama acquisition of passport and other document no are very easy. Oko DVLA se umpe abana semukura. The truth of the matter is that the system has been sanitized. Ema mo kai se mribi yesi goro boys bi kura po se aban ama ade na ye so simple tin crofo mo mo nchen nti on beto abatia aban ni nyina kire wo se through the digital drive no Ghana economy ye pese ye hwe some small video bi efa transformational and transgenerational approach aban efa ede ema Ghana mpuntu eba yenkonko hwe ne mra. Okay, se yebeko yenim na ansana no mamefa me guest enchiremu na me pese me guest so make some small comment on nyame aduma em se minim so ochina na Blasters bobo no se I think ochina Thursday. Yes, ochina ti ye nyina yebehwe se yebeko stadium wo ne yakohwe match ni bia yem fili stadium no mesre se mo amonije football no this is the time ye be kire wodo na yenko kire Ghana wodo ewo Accra Sports Stadium Ohinijan Sports Stadium na yemma Blasters no the needed support. Nietia may call for needed support for the Blasters no. And say ekoyia enye players ni pe ekoyema memene we boa Ghana ye image internationally. Any other allied and associated benefits. Now the president of GFA, Kek Okreku Mante, I hope I got the name right. Kets. One Black Star players enya inkomodie. Na enya inkomodie kitwa. Utu se na papa no nani abre pa. O kan sem bi ma me me de pa emra Black Stars ni Niger ebo 1-1 draw no. Me say chese mi dwaya ma na me say me hwe Black Star biu. Niger how? There is no cheap team, but Black Stars who share stars are near Kuta any clubs or mobile that they were playing regularly. Now you hear the needed win over Niger. Ama ye qualification no aye so easy ama ye no. Ni akobo kokwasa sa na Niger form no man no ye na me hinu. Ni ne sre ni bema 10 gram no osisi ye defenders ina panyan no ma take no. In fact Ket Okreku Mante any Blaster players no edi nkomo na wakasa wo mo pa me pese ekotie nsemu a ye GF president edito Blasters for na me gidi se after san komodie we no nyame adoma wo kina nkunimdie ebe o man Ghana dia.
It's imperative for me to join you to remind all of us about who we are and the need for all of us to always remember that we are Ghanaians. And we are here because Ghana has called upon us to be here. If we remember that we are Ghanaians, you have your family members, you have your friends, you have your loved ones, Ghana should always be a name that will be ringing in your ears all the time. For which reason, when you're given the opportunity to represent Ghana, you should be eager and desirous of going back home to represent your country. Under no circumstance must you lose your love for your country. Come on, guys. We should be dreaming, thinking about when is the next time I have to appear in the Ghana color. What is the next opportunity for me to go back home and to represent and to make the millions of people who have been suffering happy? Look, we have the power to change the whole atmosphere in our country during every international break. Don't we think about it? Must we be selfish? The answer is no. We must not be selfish. We must see ourselves belonging to a privileged group who God has given us the chance to impact, to make people happy. I have said to the football gathering, I can't want to be remembered for being honest to football. When I have finished serving my term, or when I'm dead and gone, people should remember the name Kurt and say that he was honest to football. And this is what I demand of each one of you. To be honest to Ghana. Being honest is thinking about Ghana, reporting promptly, and giving of your best. That is being honest to Ghana. Let me roll the time back. A few weeks ago, we played against Niger. How did you guys feel when you went back home to your bases? Having drawn against Niger, how did you feel? Were we happy? Were you happy? Niger! Come on, guys. You drew 1-1 against Niger. That was the scoreline. No joke. 1-1 against Niger. 4-5 of the players who played in that squad, cannot play in my club. That's the truth. But Ghana played 1-1 against Niger. What did we see? We saw a Black Stars team without energy, without passion, without the desire to play. It is not possible like this. The minimum I expect, the minimum Ghana expects, is a team of boys or men who show passion and desire to play for our country. Not when you are dribbled and you be seen walking on the pitch and the ball is heading towards your nets. That is impossible. I told the coach, you see that you guys decide to play for Ghana, to play for the 30 million plus people, or decide you will not play. Then you'll never be selected. I prefer being the man, being the leader, going out to the public space to say that, look, this is a group of dedicated players who want to play for Ghana. They are not ready, but we'll stay with them until they are ready. I'm prepared to make that statement. But once you depart your various places and you come here and you put on the shirt, naturally, that should give you the pride to fight, to show passion, to show aggression, to show desire to win for your country. What we saw of you in Niger was a complete no. When we draw games and I see players laughing, smiling, guys, it's not acceptable. It's not. It is not. 30 million people are suffering. Let's put it here. You draw games, you lose in Babaya after 24 years. It is not acceptable. It's no joke. In 1957, Ghana gained independence. And that was led by men who had this. Not men who ran away from the battlefield. That's the only reason why we gained independence. When Kudus, you were not born, this team existed. This team was represented. Alex, when you were not born, this team called Black Stars existed. So before you were born, Black Stars existed. In your time, there is Black Stars. What is the difference? The difference is what you guys do with opportunity. It's important for us to remember that we belong to a privileged group. Today you are here, tomorrow you may not be here, but somebody will be here. It's important that we are here to serve millions of people who need our help. Millions, not 25, millions of people who need our help. What do they need from us?
GFA President, Ghana Football Association, Omo Titreni, Mr. Ket Okreku Mante, Ena Mote Ninkano, one Blasters players no enyankita hudi papa mjiri se munyina moti na wakasa wo papa adeba ko a sebe bufu ewo some of the Blaster players ni se wo modi ntwo no anase ya draw na ye nyina ye ra ho se ke ye hia needed win no na wo mo sresre di agro park no se mo de emfa wo President any womu akasa papa say nia onu ehu efa Blasters no a team without passion, a team without desire, without energy. And I say the difference between a year Black Stars then and Black Stars now are omomunya kwenya ebo a Ghana no what they make with the a year opportunity now omonya no. Minyina sa last comment is na mefa entu nyina say the difference between omo twmuko ene yen a yetiase enei the opportunity the opportunity we have to decide the best way forward for this country by voting Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia on 7th of December 2024. Say the be Ghana ebe move forward. Answer na me guess ebe chere mu no me koswa e kamfo the election reference center Kencity Media me dem ka say there every Monday to Friday 2 to 4 p.m. bia the election reference center no e de ebremu mpanifo akukuda momo a omote politics ni amanyo sem ase no wo mo ba na omo be ye nsem num pesim ede emayen se be ya yenso yatumi ehunia ekoso na analysis no ye fa no eye mpeso aso bia de constituency by constituency wo mo yese ani omo kasa wa homa so ye fra wo mo emomo echeche nsem num ede ebre enti se upe abato mrei upe bia ubete eye abato analysis ana ehun nsem breaking news nsem aba fresh a se bi enka nsu kura no election reference center ewo na 2 television ni Woman FM eno tie besere se obepebre na ode wani edi echi na afiso ye kamfo ye Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edemamu na ye serese se Ghana abetu nanim empon no ana se ebekọ nanim no through digital innovation na ye kan digital innovation ade bia ye digital bia me gidi se nipa oba wadwum Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia oye MPP Franketufo edema 2024 abato no ebimu anase innovations bi te se mobile money interoperability me no ka say enye oman bia ene wo sa system no me say Ghana any about 1 or 2 other countries pe ena obitumi ewo Vodafone na otumi send cash electronic cash edema obi ewo another network so enti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will lead this innovative drive ama ye drew that in Pempensoa ye wo mobile money interoperability and e-pharmacy ye drew Pempensoa ope edro bi ato na se wo North Canadian na ebi ni pharmacy ye wo nyina na the e-pharmacy platform no ebe kirew be ko phone so keke na ebe kirew ba bi a obenya edro no bi ede ato This is how developed countries move, and so Ghana is gradually getting there. And as Sebio, near friend life-saving zipline medical drone delivery system. Near a binding buyer, Hanabisi uni NDC in penny for no say, Beninam Wimuna, I record a mile mujare wa bontino. I feel the one who say, and yes, I know de be ye the abba say be Ghana, ya share, and as I share asemno, ako nenim. Enti, sa system we any other systems, I share nim say a beba, ama or my Ghana, a fan into my pefrano. So, opea, the only thing is to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The vision no, very simple. Brunibega say a modern, efficient Ghana where everybody benefits. The cost why I can follow the mount. Order number 1, a year come December 7th. Now, your transformational journey no, to me at to Ghana deserves a leader with a proven track record, and that leader is no other person than Dr. Digital, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Your vote matters. Let's build the future together. And remember that it is possible. On that note, Mamenje Abuafonkra to be Sima, na memfa me guest and chill.
It is possible.
It is possible. The truth,
Peace of your vote is your power. Your
Yo, Misama Makwaba Bium at the bar, the seat show, so on a two television. The flag bearer, Adam T. German enemy, my guest, Honorable Ebenezer Doku, Saya Makonta Papa, Honorable the Municipal Chief Executive at the Adentan Municipal Assembly, or sign the Elections and Research Officer at the New Patriotic Party, or Greater Accra Region. Honorable Bokodie.
Yamia Dominia.
Akwabaso.
I think say my first time near my back the hot seat no so.
The seat.
And the seats.
Yeah.
Program no so ntino. I think say me fa akunya na me chia wahwefo nyina.
Good.
Me chia me constituency executives. Ni titini me parliamentary candidate for Adentan constituency. Me nua ba Kozia Nyankopon eyi na ma Adentan fo a oye wonders in Adentan.
Okay.
So Adentan fo ehwa enyem na meka. Kozi eba onto the scene e Adentan no. I think say you politicians but Kozi eda musronko. Na the meka ne say onkoso na idumapa na oyama Adentan man no. Uncle Sononia until the 7th of December, Ometo Abamano to legitimize her stay as the member of parliament elect. Now on the 7th of January, yebe you know, and I yebe ko akoye swearing in, no. Then she becomes the elected member of parliament for Adentan. The mechanic said Adentan for Enfre Jumapa oye na Ometo Abamano on the 7th of December. Or Shebo said Adentan Dodowa Road, he was bringing the contractor on site in 2 months. And exactly 2 months, Oswald came to site. And even when Oswald came, we also Oswald by a contractor by politics. But lo and behold, you know who the Oswald are. And you know, Adentan to Dodowa for Esuno, the President of the Republic, aided by Dr. Baumia Etie, says Suni free ho. Clinics, yesibi. Fafraha Clinic, YBM. Minuka say, Oko Ashalabotri, there's a reproductive center, ACA, and fortunately, in your funds are into our conference, per se, you really preko. A 2-story, first floor, no. Me say, I believe, say, say, my room, they say, between now and December, between now and December, we'll finish it and people start using that clinic.
Is it Fraha Clinic?
No, Ashalebotri Reproductive Center.
Okay.
As of around the area, my use.
Okay.
Nearby, there's a health center at Jingano. It's a 2-story. Yeah, first ground floor, first floor. A per se a twaso, but it's being used. And we've done a lot in terms of health.
Okay.
In terms of education, so no. Yeah. And Minoka say there's a 14-unit classroom blocker in Adentan Community School. So there was this news site I want to say Adentan Community School for be and Echo School no more Niase.
Yeah.
I believe strongly say that shouldn't happen in 21st century Ghana.
But was it true?
It was true because also a community school and Obia person Ebaho. Minoka say school be and say amount for a the list that came to me to take to Adentan Community School was in excess of 40. The Eba Minchenko amount for here. So it tells you the pressure on the school. Minoka say the princess started a 40-unit classroom block. The contractor is almost done. By end of November, we'll commission and let the children start using it. There's another school block, 6-unit school block, at Jingano, being handled by a one contractor ABZco. And also, maybe I make sure, say, whatever IGF we get goes into some of these projects to make sure that the people who we take the taxes from get benefits for what their taxes are being paid for. And you know, Adentan there.
About security issues, how is Adentan?
Adentan, and we have few issues in terms of security, and also today, it's just around the area of the Adentan Street Flats, where you have these young guys on motorbikes snatching people's phones and bags. Fortunately, again, assembly and alpha there. Now say assemblymen be assembly FX street lights. Just to make sure we lighten up the place, so that it will keep these robberies within the street flat. Now, I could say eno akoso within the flats. Street lights akoso by the assembly there. Now on also airboa the municipal security councillor maybe a chair.
Okay.
See, I could say my 10 motorbikes. Yes, 10 jungle motorbikes. I can see a pa.
Wow.
MBHMA, the Ghana Police Service was Adentan. It was delivered to the divisional commander. Yeah, can say Oma Adentan district because that's the area where the robberies are happening. Falls under the Adentan district. And see a chunk of it. 4 of them be Adentan district. Yama Obojobi. Yama Straha Police Station B. Yama Lakeside Police Station B. And I think so they considered either Mensa or so. I'm not too sure, but 10 motorbikes no. A petty within the municipality said that Ubia Benyabi a Yusuma ama the crime rate no akofo. Okay. And in terms of security. No, we are doing our best. Minoka say abai asa my street light fufra yebeshishe within the municipality. The contractors are going around fixing the street lights, and I think it will help.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Ebano, sports abai see a lot of astroturfs.
Yeah.
Say a lot of constituencies so are benefiting from astroturf. Now, how is the situation like in Adentan?
Nyamiadom. Adentan hasn't been left out. Yeah, before we came into office in 2017, na Ghana nyina astroturf yemiensa. Ghana nyina na Nyamiadom Dr. Bamiane His Excellency Nana Donti Adentan kwa yenya mienu in the last few years. Your bako ajinga no. Ufi American House now call your fair Oba Rollins Field where there's an astroturf on that lane. Oba Adentan Mamomo village muhaya and so you another astroturf. It Adentan kwa astroturf mienu. The significance of it, they say, you perceive you encourage the youth in sports, and also the park no subia, mienu bia because subia no 24/7. Na man for so airborne. You know about in so by in the last few days. She deputy CEO for National Youth Authority.
Okay.
So the youth and sports at Anakumaso or no so by or very rehabilitate the basketball court now Adentan Snake Flat. Why the year am a youth no. So in terms of sports, Adentan, we are doing well. We are encouraging the youth to enter into sports because it will be a ball up.
Yes. But for you say they say a force home na Bobby.
Na the my last born we did 2 years. My catch them mama say me didn't call football academy. Now $150,000 a week you can one pay.
Hey. Akurana ja
£200,000
about 10% to grab
£200,000 a week.
Oh yes, yeah. They by force they have to play.
We just have to encourage our kids to stay on there. On our the elder boy, when we did 7, when we feel about
oh no, Rahu.
Because my thinking say commission boy, me manja kwa am mobile because papa and mama mobile. Me nice such as a ball can be ball.
Yeah.
But me nya bi ambo. Wa when you papa anka o be encourage no. Oh, me feel ball o be hwe bi.
Just a brand be a friend of Brimpon me no kase o fi. Wo hwe etire bi a yemfa ne say Chelsea ni Real Madrid man hwe na me hwe YouTube dead matches no na me pese me force no na o hwe ba bi kra me won it through watch
but balance also na say ja because
akra me pay dollars edi yo yanko enim say nsemo a o man Ghana apiemu na wotwi ni na wotwi atwemu a few other weeks ago efa ye Galamsey no ho say ya politicize Galamsey na ma say asofo bi krapo ni ade de omho agimu but no de enfanto nchen oba studio ha no ma ya analysis kakra ba yi infoni e de akiremu ahwefo say wo so wahu bi ensemo a some NDC for aka omo ka kire Ghana for say so omo wini 2024 about one ayade a ombe hwe say Galamsey no be den ebesan akoso o mampanin dada John Mahama ono waye president da anka ye fisi bi anka badisa wanya nuhu bi asua nyema afiri nyema sisi wo na breso no ono so encourage o kire say se ye kai hu say ye kase ye fati Galamsey a unemployment ebe kosoro na afiso export we no ebe conform because production so be there ebe conform sa nsem we Mustafa Bandi oye deputy general secretary de ma NDC ono so ehye mrantie ne maba na omye Galamsey no show mu kutupa se ombetumi den ombetumi aye Galamsey na afiso John Mahama nankasa sene amaka say utie your political opponent na omo make this statement vis-a-vis ni omo ye won kran ha omo ye ti say on pese Ghana for and say ye won greater kran no ehun so omo your store for omo de omo do Ghana ama na eto say
medasi the flag bearer I think say mesha asefi so bekaya there was this reporter, Dr. Frimpong Boateng, Shoya Eliki.
Yeah.
Now, in that report, he stated clearly, say, it was clear, say, Galamsey, no, not NDC for, MPP for. That report stated it clearly.
But the bottom line is that both MPP and NDC for no more Galamsey.
Galamsey, no, idea.
Ghana for ne.
Ghana for ne.
Enye den aso a omo
no
ebi to abama MPP.
Either NDC and as MPP.
Yeah.
Na ade ekoso no. Enye nim say enye. There are instances of who videos are Mofra Galamsey no mu didi Nanado atem.
Yes.
Omu didi Dr. Bawumia atem. Say ye person ko Galamsey. Enti no. Eno anu omu didi wo mutina omu didi atem. But having said that, I think say
and Ghana because you are doing something
that
to fight
Galamsey. Ghana for any fair to the New Patriotic Party.
Adentan.
As a government in power. Yehu videos are NDC leaders kasa encourage Galamsey. Yensu yehu akwanya aban afaso a odeko etia Galamsey. Na uhu these two parties de omoye. Na say still we a radio station. Na wo de NDC for na uhu. Na the MPP for so why say we uhu a na unye fair to the government of the day.
Yes, you're right.
Because this is a government that has paid for its fight against Galamsey in the 2020 elections. And the NDC for Nagasaka say because I need fighting Galamsey, we lost all our seats in the mining areas. Which
UTV video na me boy. In fact, the other video no tsunami yi no. And also me for credit ni ma GH1. Okay. Kwekubwa hende no yenya wo UTV nti. E mamu sa credit.
Enti dem kan say ye kutia Galamsey a ekotia in 2020 no. Amanfo esa kutia ye say ye kutia Galamsey. And then now where is the encouragement for us as a government to kutia Galamsey no? Because ye kono amutu tia ye no. Obi take advantage.
Yes.
Encourage you omo. Ma omo de ku etia ye mo.
Yes.
Na me a politician. Na politics there. We are there to win elections. It can work at the end of it. But of course, the President of the Republic, we are communicate about say, we are even going to double what we are doing in terms of enforcing the laws on illegal mining. And we hope say between now and a few days, there will be some changes that we will be seeing in the fight. Now, flag bearer. Okuna yekono. Enya ade e sha ase no. There is a video the late Atta Mills in December 2011.
Minim say obekan come prepare that video no dey ma.
Eka say Galamsey dey aginsem in 2011 December. Enu echi no the then Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Inusa Fuseni Anum Toka say they've lost the fight against Galamsey. John Mahama has been the president for 4 years or 4 years and more after that. They know to me. Enti sebi. Seba between John Mahama Obaya went to me anye. Ne Dr. Mamu Bamia onu nyenya ma no kwan ma ne nya me hweye. Oni ye ka say onu ba say ni say no obeye. Ka wan na eso to abama no.
Dr. Bawumia
eso to abama no. Because he has given options. Waka actually say dia ekos you are enye me jitum say enye. Meanwhile the other person say me ba hwe de ebetimi esi se mentimi anko amfa ho a. Na what was it John Mama kaza oye kani oye azan
Dintra
na obi a opese obetu aban and opese yetu abama o. Na one of your earlier statements they say to abanama wa ye ma honeymoon wa so 4 years nka enso ani nua Ibrahim Mahama
wo abra na ya to abatia no.
Thank you. After he had even lost the elections. Enti Ghana man with the Esremo. Ya swansu aswansa. yehu de see ye e John amamuomu se ufrifie eko edwumam na unye sho so obenya light for 5 years continuous se na o cold store osamre na kai de see ye se na uye baba anase uye obi a operate salon anase uye obi a na opama ade a kai de see samre no they be say say do you want to go back into that state ana flag bearer jo de ehuru dawo na de ehuru say kaso be untrainable a huge statement
untrainable
untrainable
say o trainer dia like treating crime
ohu wabon enu bi ene John Mahama. Why am I saying that? What the vice president 4 years? What the president 4 years? More than say Osamba bium. Me wa sebe you. The some okanyina no ento asum nyansa nim.
Ento asum there I'll take it. But nyansa nim there you have to withdraw, yes.
I withdrawn. The some okanyina ento asum. Because also 24-hour economy, that's your policy. Now 24-hour economy now so no. This is a man who cannot explain his own policy.
Yeah, it's and Oma Jaya who say muka, who say na say omo kan biom.
Na omo ni hwike de no na down t-shirt so.
Okay.
I didn't want to be explained and done the t-shirt so. So you ask yourself, 19 manifesto committee no omo he.
Omo.
Anyway, ogujo to ablakwa. Sami Jemfi. Okuto otukono anyway.
Omo bebre.
But of course,
Mustafa Gbandi.
Mustafa was ko madam for pa.
Sir.
Mustafa ko madam for pa nan say mi hu de say NDC gbeshini na akoshe no mu.
E bi say ekwan a obefa so de benya minister and as appointment e wo mo bem na say obeye ne a o ye ni bi.
Na say onim wu a ohwe na. Ogo bisa fifi kwete say when he lied, eba abayemu a okotena appointments committee no dey see. Enti unim owu a hwena ofo fifi kwete enye ne suade. Na flag bearer.
Yeah.
Yes, organized labor say omo a call of almost strike. Now the question is say
before obeba organized labor ma call of strike no. Me pese ahwefo tiase bia omo nse da enya senum ntiase no. Enche bia na organized labor ye kase organized labor aban nyuma yefo
disorganized labor.
Omo nyina ka omo abom se ka ombeye oye kire fa omo de nsem bi to aban anim se aban enhwe na onyina saa nsem no so na enko Galamsey okunu ena omampani na nado danko akufo-addo oton safre omo Jubilee House na so ena oni omo nyankitahudi ene ne mpanifo nyankitahudi kyekye omo ensem no nani so se ne ete ti omo free ho no ena omo de ultimatum bi tese omo ka kire aban se enkopim I think 7 for so se aban anye nia no omo pena omo ebeye oye kire na se omo be strike na organized labor e sha se o de sa threat we ma ban ne ade no mutie wo a wontie so me ka kire o se organized labor for no mu bia ebe babontin e de krata babontin se wo mu evidence e kire se NDC ni John Mahama atua 400,000 Ghana cedis e de ama omo organized labor for no wo mu mpanifo aya 4 billion old cedis anyame na meka organized labor for no members ni bi and omo allege say NDC aban ene John Mahama no omo tua 400,000 Ghana cedis e de ama omo mpanifo no anything na omo yes oye kire yi because omo bisa say dadada Galamsey ekosui e ba ne say na aka be 2 months e beto aba ena organized labor for etumi ehun say there is the need to make this call say be aka one day kura me ato aba na say bibi nya enye so I want you to establish that fact but members of the organized labor no see information on Musa Kano Chese. Woman penny for now, yes, ye bay or ye chair, strike. No. Over 400,000 cities from the corridors of NDC in John Mahama are forming some. Enunti, Omubotom, and ye of minor dobin omudo mano, and almost on bay striking. Until they were no more fret, they were calling on the leaders of the organized labor to withdraw and rescind their decision to use other better means to call for the address of those Galamsey issues. And another group so sorry and almost all making the same statement against their own elected officers. Afe emreno esono na unions ne other associations a omo kan organized labor hono we are not the crata aba se dabi organized labor oyeche na mo se yen na say strike action no ye fi se ento asum the first year omo de omo way ba out and as one of the unions a omo de omo crata ba out a omo ka kire organized labor na person o ye strike ni say omo de fine omo jitum se Galamsey okun no se ekun but se e fa kwan foforo so ekun rather than sa threat na omo de ma ban se omo be strike into omo de strike no omo yi omo ho afiri mu because strike no is not the solution to the Galamsey menace. Inyumako bebre de nkrata ebetudwa baako a yensaka omo de the Ghana National Association of Teachers NAT. Yes, omo meeting bi omo ye no omo ne other unions they walked out of the organized labor meeting. Production say sa mfoni no wo ho a obetumi de atoso ama ahwefo ehu nia make ya NAT and other unions they walk out of the organized labor meeting. Let's just say NAT Jumeku no any other unions no omo share organized labor omo meeting a omo person omo take decisions no omo hwe se ne ankomodie no ekona omo fe se bibi ekoso ewo leadership no nti NAT any other unions omo free meeting na se kra ama meeting no anko ewiye pa no ne da ho no say news alert we GH1 akachi Ghana National Association of Teachers omo moto ni say we live to teach and then on person mo say the Ghana National Association of Teachers NAT and other unions have staged a walkout na say na meeting be koso na sa adwumakoi almost stage that walkout from what from organized labor's crucial meeting not just say meeting ishemu ehu hia papa omo working out where they were set to deliberate on plans for a potential strike scheduled for tomorrow October 10th not just say information we fresh cra inti ishemu na organized labor for shia na omo de ba be enhihye de ama ochina striker anka omo beko no organized NAT any other unions no bufuo ebaye ema omo esori firi omo fi se enya ade a ebeboa oman Ghana na GPRTU omo so omo de nkrata eba out GPRTU opts out from organized labor's intended strike and to almost all the information as a krata abeto abontin a omo cheche say ehun hia say ampa say yes see a fight Galamsey see a fight Galamsey na omo hwe se ne a fight ne kona enya ade abeboa ntino omo so omo de krata abeto abontin ema omo kase omo ne organized labor ya adwe say see a fight Galamsey na emum enya ade a omo be withdraw omo services inti GPRTU dia ono so ede buy aso ba ko so ono so ede de buy a oyi ne wan free strike no mu no the National Investment Bank NIB almost so opt out of the strike se enya de a mprempren a ye kase strike saa no emwa oman Ghana bia even though omo so gitum se esese ye bibi fa Galamsey okon no ho eno ti National Investment Bank omo dia on betu dwa hwe date na take 9th October na je se ne year ena krata no eba abonti omo so omo ka che organized labor se ampa omo no omo ya adwen se ye mfati Galamsey na mum mprempren ye kasa ide esese omo twi break adabraka na omo pe ekwan foforo de address the issues adwumako bi so ayefre no Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council almost up to out almost de krata aba abontin almost kire se nokre se krata na da screen so no nokre se se ekun Galamsey ntokwa no na emum mprempren ya yakasa ide se twi break kakra so nti ase se akakra ye beto aba Adentan afi na ye kase ye bane Galamsey or whatever ntino eno so mo be hye so ufiri ho so a Ghana National Registered and as Ghana Nurses Ghana GNRMB say acronym Ghana Registered Nurses GRNME. Yes. Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. Omo council but we association no. Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. So up to out omo reasons and the dark screen so no the ebeshe so omo say omo hwa Galamsey ntokwa no ese ekun na emum ese organized labor etumi esan babium na omo ni aban esi nkonwa na so omo si nkonwa omo de omo ogidie mapase we will find a lasting solution to the Galamsey menace that enkonu doso nyumakonu doso bakubi so from Government and Hospital Pharmacists Association almost omo krata ebetu dwa se na make no bebre na yes almost omo de no na eda ho no hwe date na mze ne date and say is it 8 or 9th October na je say ne due ya ena almost omo de no ebetu dwa almost o kan krata na no person omo kira ni say they are not against fighting of the Galamsey menace na emum emre no any okwan organized labor afa no omo fe say anka omo san anwie hu bium na in some way eba we sorry no the friend say release aba no wa opt out we sorry no the release aba no wa opt out no and ekoba say yet say organized labor nankasa no omo atwe strike no assign na mpenifo a ene omo enyansa woso nketahudie no say ebebo ma baso papa because ejidi say enye sei ene ye pe no say ye ba beto aba anase abato mremu nko ena ye de ye saa oye kire yi ni strike ni saa threat no enti mpenifo a organized labor mpenifo na nkasa so ye bebo ma baso na other unions no more up to out who say no there are other better ways of addressing the issue almost so ebebo omabaso and then aban ankasa also continuously engage the organized labor no any other institutions almost kan Galamsey hu nsem no ebebo aban so abaso ne abom paye say animu ye interventions aban president ede egu akwan mu no eyade a yebehu eso emfaso ma obi nkoto aba because John Mahama kan Galamsey nsem ewon kran anase Mustafa Gbandi kan Galamsey nsem ewon kran anase any other NDC penimu kan Galamsey nsem ewon kran tisania womo de omodo Ghana ama enfutro na omutugu yeso because evidence wo ho ye de akere mu so omu konkurase a anase bebe etu Galamsey side na omu show mu kran so omu wini a omu baba enti honorable MC
yes
wo hwe nkata maboboso the achrewiya any finally the call off of the strike by the organized labor or comment in enquiry.
I think sir the organized labor no abedane a disorganized labor.
Oh, how?
Why am I saying this? Also, oh yeah, dear no one for adwin pa antade ana wo ye nechi a. Wangasa no nhire bi onim ana enko nenim.
Okay.
Why they nti na be ban say Galamsey sha ase kran sana Yatamils by here obaka went to me answer the problem
in 2011.
Enumpono, that was when Obi was adiano say Ghana mine. It is sorry young kuntia. The NDC led by Tamils John Moss open to me. Man sorry can say and demonstration. Ye train. I buy aku. 60 days to election. Most of you demonstration. Na Nyankopon pebone. On say ekuo bi emu no se bi nyansafo wom.
Yeah.
Enti no ebi hu say the leadership of the disorganized labor area no enye no. Say the omoye we the yemfa ya adwen dey. Emfa mamo. Na the flag bearer. We show the composition of the organized labor na omo also pa.
Yeah.
It includes both NAT and NAGRAT. Teacher for nyina ka ho bi.
Okay.
Coalition of concerned teachers CCT eka ho.
Okay.
It includes CLOSAG.
Oh, okay.
That's Civil Service and Local Government Staff Association.
CLOSAG.
Assemblies nyina about to a halt. Cause oba assemblies now local government staff nkwana. Apart from a few other staff who come from controller staff who are in the finance department. Most of them come from the CLOSAG and a local government service. Omuka hobi. Judicial service staff. Eka hobi. Ghana Medical Association. Eka ho. It also includes all pharmacists. And a pharmacist or more Ghana. Omuka TUC eka the Ghana Federation of Labour ka and sana ekuokuo
say GPRT umusa
GPRT so ka ho and it's also we mu nyina strike you are bringing the nation to a halt na usha adwen pabe neta we echi
so say at that level no their understanding is to fight the Galamsey menace no is to call for this strike. Say you do man back to a halt.
It is not just to fight Galamsey. They are only doing an interference, an election interference no more.
See you better abanti so
they want to paint the government black. Obi anga say MPP abanye because of we until no say the Obi hospital here no. Doctors will strike. Nurses will strike. Pharmacists will strike. The one be naka.
Lab technicians in laboratory we no nyina all strike.
Ufa car kra trotro unya. Ghana nipa hene use omo anka some cars. GPR2 enye adwuma. Hospital for enye adwuma. Teacher for enye adwuma to be antrefi. Until the problem is solved. So it tells you say the NDC machinated strike na kebeba so no. Nyakopon ejuma oyenti no. Ade so say enya ade a adwepetechri. And so they opted out. It no be when the Ghana Medical Association came out clearly say omutimi inform adwen emma organ labor no. As usual of the NDC. Attempt the DA left right center. Emma NDC ni Dr. Bise or the petition akoto Dr. Srebu also say yentuno as GMA president.
Okay. I saw one. Is it Vishnu Nene? Say production. Say
ni di kura uboko
abataye guy bi. Say ewo ho amon fan to screen so ma me guess ehun he petitioned the removal of Dr. Srebo.
Yes.
Vishnu Nene petitioned the removal of
Vishnu Nene
Bibi Abatai
files petition for the removal of GMA president.
A picture be a da say e wo ho anam fan to
na Sebio o say sometimes no BBC ana ama revelations ba say ne papa mu a say Ghana make us so omo ka ho enkoye saade na why should an NDC member be the ones writing a petition for the removal of Dr. Srebo?
Okay, so petition and that screen so no.
Yeah.
It's from Mamishe
Vishnu Nene.
Vishnu Nene. Hona ya circle them say no mba yi oye Dr. Vishnu Nene Limon Abatai. Yes. Oye member of the Ghana Medical Association. What petition a year for the removal from office of the president of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Frank Srebo. Esan say Dr. Frank Srebo's led Ghana Medical Association up to out of the the strike action and kebema o my Ghana abo entisa abrantie a petition the Ghana Medical Association say yenyi Dr. Srebo oye president na uwie sa yanko hwe another abrantie ya wa petition no there's another picture of sa abrantie oye media post to be pese ye hwe sa abrantie na opusu oni NDC fo gina ho oni ometwa infoni Vishnu Nene the social media post oni NDC fo egina ho o share screen na yes picture we
background na wo say
yes, NDC for office enti oni NDC for ene gina ho no sa papa na o share black o gina oba ne nchen no arrow red no ekono so no ni Vishnu Nene wine Abatai ono kire say yenyi Dr. Srebo free ho as president of the Ghana Medical Association Adentan Ghana Medical Association penifo no trans no wo mo say omo mpene say oman Ghana bebo enti sa brantie ena ono yeyi e de akire mu na mo hu de bia me ka kire mu say obi ba no wo kasa mo hwe nipa no ani ba bi ofri wo kan sa asem no. This is a typical example enti yan fasa picture we amra mo hu say oye NDC ni a ye betra ha no mo kan wo be ka say ye politics but we've been able to prove to you say sa brantie no true petition no oye NDC ni and so he was acting because of a partisan, I mean from the partisan point of view, not for the love of this country. And I say, or per se fighting Galamsey. And until I make a say in Kono a year organized labor for only be at the release bar out. And no more accuse or man some leaders say or more accord some 400,000 Ghana cedis from the NDC. And until you at the from 80 sa Vishnu Nene Limon wine abata you know. Ono ne yede ne picture akire mu no ne a otro sa letter na yede to uyi enu fi ho a there is another picture owo why sa nene na ni social media post bi ono oka nsem bi e dia fa John Mahama ene Professor Jane na Opoku Agyemang omo picture o hwe the author of that picture na yes Vishnu Nene wine Abatai no say eno so wo ho a mfa nto so emaye na ahwefo ehu ni aye kan yes abrantie no ni social media post and da ho no wo de John Mahama ene na bedi akire na Opoku Agyemang na to ni social media page Vishnu Nene Limon Abatai ne we na ewo ho no entisi e ka kire wo say sa Galamsey nsɛmsɛm yi a o ye ka ebi mu all of a sudden aka kakra be kwakoto oba yen me de me nka se wrong se obi be ka se yen fight Galamsey. But what we are saying is that why now no ebi ni part of the NDC orchestrated plan say omo be ma aban ayeden unpopular na wo wadwene adane na wakoto aba ede ama NDC nti I've given you evidence
na no kwene say in the last few.
I mean, I be bonote umami na.
Look, so the long and short is say the NDC are behind all these things.
It is clear from what we are seeing.
Sebiu mitie Dr. Sribo. No ka say.
Wakasa.
At the meeting, no ko decide say they should not be part of organized labor strike. No. The council voted.
Okay, ntenye or no Dr. Sribo no decided. It was a group.
When they went to the meeting, 4 voted for the strike.
Okay.
1 abstained. And the rest of them said no, they shouldn't join the strike. Now, Senipa 20 call abattoir and 19 call abattoir. 4 you join a demonstration and I say strike no. But I say media, mini afaha, misubi ni afaha. The can say, and I don't want to say, we should not join the strike. Now, and don't back because of join the strike now. Now, vision also say, your friend is saying,
Abataye. Ye Dr. Sribo free.
Now we be
Obeya no NDC president for Ghana Medical Association.
The long and short is that Dr. Sribo was not wrong. Odi mraso because I didn't onya man as a president or yama kuono.
Yeah.
So the council had to sit and decide.
Yo.
And that's what happened.
Yo.
Now the flag bearer, media, the mechanic say,
yeah.
Nyankopon is seeing. But on the funny passo, Emma ye ya candy for. But say Ghana for. We have a choice say yen hwe ne yema o man no enkonenim. Ana say yema o man no enkonechi. No be so about a reset of the economy. Ufa phone na so o reset here. It means o say bibia e wo phone so.
Ukowachi.
But yes, see, baby, I want to pass a coin him. And not Dr. Bomia Edeba. Dr. Bomia in 2010 wrote book. And book no show, you know. It was about digitalizing the economy. And that's where we are moving into. To be say Ghana for. Send a million host kind, you know. Once you have a digitalized economy, ebe do brave, you know, you pay beer, no, ebe easy am I? The military tour. One of the examples I give wherever I go to say, some few months ago, so Oko Adentan NHIS officer. Na queue from Dodowa to Adentan Obi Abao. Dr. Bamientino, what you feel now? Dial *929.
But about you.
What renew NHIS card? That's where we want to take this economy.
Okay.
Yo,
that's where we want to take the economy. Honorable Ebenezer Doku, Adentan Municipal Assembly MCE, Elections and Research Officer at the New Patriotic Party, Greater Accra Region. Honorable Yadasi Bibri, also Pebre. They will need Jumadi we chinyame ensha bebre and penifo eboa me lawyer Charles Kweku Amudate Bafo Robert Finn and Kwesi Ninsin Justice Aful Ima George Sakodie Focus and a Kobe Scratch Mranti and eboa me ene ma flag bearer me tran edwom de Jumadi we brem nyame adoma ye besan ehia makram.